The Chiefs dropped a tough one last Sunday, but it's a new week and a new opportunity to get back on track this weekend, and what better time to do it than on Sunday Night Football against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in a rematch of Super Bowl 55. Sunday marks the 6th overall clash between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, and the 4th meeting in the regular season. Mahomes won 2 of the 3 regular season matchups in that time, but Brady came out on top in both playoff meetings. Regardless, it's always a great game when these two take the field, and Sunday's matchup likely won't be any different. This season has been a bit of a struggle for Brady and the Buccaneers offense, however, as they've gotten off to a slow start. In fact, the Bucs are averaging just 17 points per game this year. They've gone 3 and out on 25% of their possessions. They have the fewest red zone drives in the NFL with 5, and they're converting third downs at just a 28% clip. Injuries along the offensive line and at the skill positions explain some of those struggles, and while this hasn't been the Buccaneers offense that most expected, Tom Brady is still Tom Brady. The man is always dangerous whenever he has the ball in his hands, despite the slow start offensively, and we saw as much last week when he nearly led the Bucs to overtime late in the game. One area the Buccaneers have emphasized lately is their running game, but with mixed results. Tailback Leonard Fournette rushed for 127 yards in Week 1, but since then, he's handled 36 carries, the 4th most of any player, and rushed for only 100 yards, averaging less than 3 yards per carry. The Bucs' inability to run the ball has played a role in those offensive struggles of late, and if the Chiefs can turn in a performance against the run similar to what we saw last week, where they held Jonathan Taylor to under 4 yards per carry, they'll be in good shape. And speaking of the Chiefs' defense, this revamped group continued its strong start to the season last week. Kansas City racked up 5 sacks and 10 quarterback hits against the Colts, surrendering only 259 total yards. That was the Chiefs' fewest yards allowed since Week 8 of the 2020 season. It wasn't enough to overcome some uncharacteristic mistakes in the other phases on Sunday, but generally, that kind of performance will lead to a lot of success. The Buccaneers defense is also off to a great start, as they're currently the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. They've forced the most turnovers in the league with 8. They have the 3rd most sacks with 11, and perhaps most impressively, they've recorded the fewest missed tackles in the NFL with only 13. The Bucs have playmakers at every level of their defense and don't yield much ground, so the Chiefs' offense will need to be at its best on Sunday. Finally, keep in mind that no AFC team has been better against the NFC over the last decade than Kansas City. Since 2013, the Chiefs have won 27 games against NFC opponents, the most of any AFC team, and since 2018, in the Patrick Mahomes era, the Chiefs are 15-3 against the NFC. That's the best record of any AFC team against the NFC, and those 15 wins are more than even one NFC squad has against their own conference. This is a battle between 2 teams with Super Bowl aspirations, and they're both coming off a loss. Each team has a bad taste in their mouth heading into this one, but the good news for the Chiefs is that Patrick Mahomes is 10-3 following a loss in his career. He'll look to make it 11-3 on Sunday as the Chiefs aim to get back on track.